And we're live. Welcome back to the Total 90 Show. Today we've got a very exciting episode, but joining us on the episode, let's get our guests introduced. We've got AC Time. What it do, AC Time?
Chill. Chill. What's up, coach?
What's up, man? Glad to have you. Are you ready to talk about the final match day 8 of Champions League?
I am I'm ready from my perspective. So my perspective is learning.
Nice.
AC stands for assistant coach.
All
So
right.
I'm learning from you, coach. I
All right.
mean, I've been playing since I was 4 years old. Soccer is my life. I love
Mhm.
it too much, maybe some would say from the outside perspective, because I've torn my ACL 3 times and
Whew.
I just broke my leg a year ago. And I just started playing again, and things are great. I love it. I'm not gonna stop, so don't ask.
Can't stop, won't
Yeah.
stop. I'm very
Yeah.
similar to you. I cannot replace my ACL, so I'm living life without an ACL. But I'm so addicted. Tonight, I even played with my 10-year-olds, the boys that I coach. So I'm right there with you. I'm in that club. Can't stop, won't stop. Never gonna stop.
Yeah, your life is even more just entrenched in football, in soccer,
Yeah.
and I love that. You coach, like you just said, and I wanna be a coach, so it's fitting that I'm, an assistant coach to you, which hopefully that happens in real life someday, but,
Hey, all right.
but also just, like, learning how the Champions League is set up. And even the World Cup, I don't quite know how that's all set up. So, but I do know how the game is played. I love it,
Yep.
and every time I watch a game, I'm thinking of like why a player did this and that, and like good coaching talking points, and how I wish my team would do this or that. So, I think this will be really fun.
Yeah, and I think you're definitely not alone in that the majority of Americans don't truly understand the Champions League. And it took me probably 2 years to really understand it because it's so confusing because you have players that are actually competing for three different trophies in the same season. You have your domestic league trophy, you have your Champions League trophy, and then you have your cup trophy. So it's hard for people to understand. It's like saying an NFL player is not only playing for the Super Bowl, but they're playing for maybe the America's Bowl, and then they're also playing for like their local state bowl. And people are like, "What? What is that?" So I totally get you. Happy to dive into that with you. Today is probably the perfect day to do that because we just wrapped up an exciting match day 8 for this new style of Champions League. I don't know if you're familiar with the recent change. It used to be like the World Cup style, where there were 8 groups and the top 2 teams from each group would advance. Now they've changed it to a 36 team league where instead of groups playing each other, you have 36 teams in a league. And if you can finish in the top 24 places, you advance to the knockout stages. So
Yeah, I
kind of
didn't
make
know that. No,
so this is
that's
brand new. This is the second year they're doing this. And at first people were very hesitant, but what this does is this gives us matchups like today, Chelsea versus Napoli, an absolute thriller. Normally you wouldn't get two powerhouse teams playing each other like that. So I've really enjoyed it, and it makes today extremely exciting because what they do now is they have all 18 games playing at the same time, meaning the ranks of these teams are shifting like crazy as goals are being scored, teams are taking the lead, so on and so forth. So much so that today's game, Real Madrid versus Benfica, was probably one of the most unreal, unique, just wonderful stories in soccer that you could ever ask for. Did you happen? I want to hear your perspective on it because you actually watched the last 30 minutes of that.
Yeah, I did. I was watching the Golasso show first, and
Amazing.
as you told me, it's great, and it
Yeah,
is truly great.
it's fucking
Uh,
amazing.
I
Yeah.
have a lot of comments on that and how we were comparing it, you and I, to Red Zone, the
Yeah.
American football show, but this one's actually a lot better, the Golasso show.
Oh,
So I was watching that for the first half, and then you told me, "Hey, that Real Madrid Benfica game, you should tune into that. So I watched that for the second half, or at least the last 30 minutes. And yeah, Real Madrid was losing by 1 goal.
Yep.
Um, right. And then it became 2 goals. I can't remember, but yeah, what was the series of scoring? It was Benfica first or Real first?
If you're a frequent
Or my
listener, you know that Coach Hugh is a who scored slut. Love to go here during the middle of the podcast and just peek some statistics. This
Oh
is my
yeah.
go-to. I wish these guys would sponsor us. This is my go-to for just quick diving into timeline of activities. So you're looks like 1-0 Real, 1-1 Benfica, 2-1 Benfica, 3-1 Benfica, whoo, 3-2 Real, 4-2 Benfica in the 97th. Wow.
Yeah, so I tuned in right at the Mbappe second goal.
Oh, okay. So do you know the significance of the goal differential here and how it impacted Benfica?
Yeah, the announcers were telling me
Okay,
where.
cool. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, and they were showing the standings, and I wanted to ask you about it, like, because they're like, all right, the top, however many advance, but then the next tier go to a playoff, and then the next tier are eliminated. Is that right?
That's correct. So yeah, so let's get like a kind of a big picture view here. So if you look at the top here, these blue teams, these are your top 8 teams. They do not have to play in a playoff. And if we go to this image here, this is your playoff off on the left.
Mm.
So you've got Atlanta or Leverkusen in a playoff versus Dortmund and Olympiacos. And what they're trying to do here is, if you notice in the round of 16, it says Arsenal or Bayern. What they're trying to do is they're trying to eliminate having 2 German teams meet up in the final. So down here, depending on who wins this, will play Bayern or Arsenal. So let's say Leverkusen wins here and Dortmund wins here. Um, the winner of that will then play Bayern, because they want the German teams. They want to figure out who's the best German team quickly.
Mm.
And then likewise up here, you've got a Newcastle. So if Newcastle wins, they're probably going to play Chelsea, because they're trying to quickly eliminate teams from the same country. I guess they found that when the final is like when we've had I think we had like a Liverpool Tottenham in the past. It was really boring. Didn't get as many views, but when you get like a Real Madrid Liverpool, the views, people are like, we don't get to see this very often. This is going to be an amazing final. So it's
Hmm.
very weird because they kind of get to play with the schedules. It's not like your March Madness where 1 versus 18, 2 versus 17, blah, blah, blah. No matter who plays who, it's very structured and organized. So they kind of massage the schedule here, which is just a little.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah,
That feels a
it feels
little
like they're
weird.
cheating. It feels like they're kind of rigging who plays who, but I mean, I understand it from like a viewer standpoint. I'm okay with it. So right here, these top 8 teams, they don't have to play in a playoff, so they get to skip. And then 9 through 24, what is that? 16. So these guys basically go into like a round of 16. Whoever wins those, then you'll have 8 teams left. So you have 8 versus 8 plus 8, another 16. And then from there, I believe they'll have like a very structured path to the
Q,
final. It won't
what do you
change.
do you mind if I like move some of like the things around?
I don't
Like
know if
how do we
you
slide us to the right?
can.
Our pictures to the right.
Right side. Oh, there you go.
Yeah. There you
Nice,
go. How'd
good
you do
call.
that? How'd you do that?
I've got the controls on behind the scenes, so I can like click
Okay.
and I'll show you how to
You
do this.
you gave me access. Look at your logo. Boom. Boom. Ah.
Yo, holy shit. Okay, this is oh my god, I didn't know you could do that. All right, this is cool. Yeah, so on the bottom, below you have like those little images that's got like the people's faces.
Yeah, one says right side.
Yeah, I just click the right side. You can go left
How do
side.
you get it back to the left?
Just clicked on the left. I don't know. Is it flip flopping? Are you watching it flip flop?
Yeah.
There
Okay,
you
hold
go.
on.
Yeah, yeah, you
Let me
got it. You
try. I'm
got it.
doing it. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
All right.
Oh, it's so
Sorry
funny.
that we need to iron these things out because I want to
Yeah,
help
man.
you out. Like I don't want you to have to worry about all this. I'll worry about
It's cool,
that.
bro.
Well,
I fucking
so
appreciate that.
all
And I
right.
can,
So
if you need me,
then
I can like tap in here. Okay. So going back to Benfica. So
right at the bottom.
yeah, Marseille is 25th. Benfica is 25th. If you look at their points, they both have 9. Okay. So then it goes to a goal differential. And because Benfica scored 1 extra goal, they went to a -2, where Marseille went to a -3. I think if they were to have tied here, it would have gone to goals for. And so if they would have only had 9, they would have lost. Marseille would have had 11, so they would have jumped them. So they needed to get that +2 goal differential to bring them down to a -2 goal differential. And yeah, made it to fucking 24th place with the goalkeeper.
In the
I mean,
90 what?
God. There's a clip on the internet that I found right as we were about to stream, and it shows Mourinho. God bless that man. Which is what a gem to soccer Jose Mourinho is. There's a clip of Mourinho getting the goalkeeper's attention, going, "Hey, hey, like we have nothing to lose. Get up there." Just like wave the goalkeeper into the box. Goalkeeper comes, he holds the corner. Wait, come on, man, get in there. Get another body. Goal. Like, what the, like, I was telling people soccer won today. Like, I'm a huge Real Madrid fan. I know they lost, but like, that's the stuff that we want to see. We want to see like this human aspect completely changing the game. Coach just has this moment of like, goalkeeper, like, who cares? Get up there. I don't care.
Got
If we get
nothing to lose.
yeah,
Go
go
do
up
it. We'll
there.
try.
He scores the goal. I mean,
It was a beautiful header too.
Yeah, it was.
It was like striker practice all the time. Boom, like send it with pace, side net. Crazy.
You know, it's funny. I feel like most goalkeepers professionally played in the field at one point or another. And then, maybe the goalkeeper gets hurt and the coach is like, ah, shit, we're down bad. And somebody's like, I'll do it. And he plays, he has a great game. And it's like, have you ever thought about being a goalkeeper? And then the guy, not really. And then boom, goalkeeper. It's very
so
frequent in
funny
Brazil.
How things happen like that. Like also, like you're gonna have to rein me in a lot, Hugh, because I'll take us on tangents. But like any one of these professional soccer players could be a professional field goal kicker in the NFL.
Oh yeah,
100%.
Easy.
Like
easy.
I think about how I could if I would have tried, and I'm not even like a superstar.
Yeah, I'd be willing to bet anybody who has played competitive soccer up to the age of like 16, 17. Anyone who has played competitive soccer up to that age could kick in college easily. And then in the pros, you're probably, successfully kicking, I'd say all of them can easily kick field goals. I was fortunate enough, I was playing rugby with my university, and we got one practice on Raging Cajun Field, the turf field. And we're dicking around. Yeah, in Lafayette.
Lafayette, Louisiana.
Raging Cajuns.
ULL, let's go.
ULL. And rugby ball is not too different than a football. You do kick it a little differently. Yeah, it's more rounded. There's the points on the end. And you kick the point of the ball when you're kicking for points, as opposed to kicking like the heart of a football. You don't kick the nose of a football. You kick the side of it. So I set up a 55-yard, field goal and smashed it. And I kicked it like the rugby way, smashed it. And it was like, okay, just kind of like to prove to myself, like I could kick a 60-yarder if I actually cared and like gave time and like, went to the gym and practiced my craft. But you're spot on. All these professional soccer players could be kickers in the NFL, no doubt.
Hey, shout out to the one movie that captures this pretty well. Like, what's it? The field goal kicking Philadelphia phenomenon or something like that. Do you know this old Disney movie?
I've never heard of this.
Look at that classic.
So I didn't have Disney growing up, dude.
Hey, click it. Let's get a closer view on this thing.
Holy shit. Look at that face.
So this
You're like,
guy, I mean,
what?
I don't know if he used to play soccer, but
I'm sure.
substitute that story. His story, at least, is that he used to be a garbage guy, and
Garbage.
the what you call it, maybe the compactor, like, wouldn't work. It would jam, so he would have to kick it, and he had such a strong leg, he unjammed it. And so somehow he got into a football field and made a career in an amazing Disney movie about it. So yeah, us kickers, if you kick your whole life, you could kick. I mean, I could consistently kick over like between a 40 and 50-yard field goal, easy,
Easy.
consistent.
Easy.
And that's what
Have
they
you
want.
seen
You
have
got
you
a
seen
college career right there.
yeah.
Easy.
Have you seen the Pat McAfee show where he does that, like pick a random kid out the crowd and give him 50,000 if they kick a field goal?
No, I have
Dude, it's
not, but I love
incredible.
Pat McAfee. I don't really watch his stuff, but I love that guy. He's funny.
This right here, this guy is probably the best kicker in the NFL right now. Came from a soccer
It's
background.
you're almost like he's almost clearly the best ever, even though he's only been playing like 5 years or so.
You know, it's funny. We actually probably 3 or 4 years ago, we did an entire podcast on the evolution of kickers in the NFL.
Mm.
And it was because it was soccer related. There was, I want to say it was a guy from Denmark. He came over here and just absolutely took kicking by storm because no one knew how to kick the football. They would toe poke the ball. Like they didn't have that striking form. And he came over here and just broke all of the records. And everyone was like, who is this guy? Like, oh, he's from Denmark. And I forget all this. Booty had all the details and like set up this whole episode. I'd have to find it. But I mean, just going back to what you're saying, like soccer players, we can just kick the ball correctly. We know how to kick the ball. You know, we have a feel for it. So great tangent, by the way. Fantastic
Oh,
tangent.
oh yeah,
That's,
thank you. Yeah, that movie, watch it. It's got some quotes, but don't get your hopes too high. Like I haven't seen it in a very long time. But yeah, so bringing us back, the
yeah.
goalie for Benfica was called out by Mourinho. And when you told me to watch this game, I was like trying to think, and I always do this to my detriment, like for movies and stuff, people try not to ruin. I'm like, what did they mean when they were trying not to ruin the movie for me? So you're like,
Ah,
watch this game, and I'm like, Hugh loves all things Brazil,
oh,
and
interesting.
Benfica is Portuguese.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So maybe he likes them too. Extra has a place in his heart for Portugal. Um, and then Jose Mourinho is the coach. Which where is he from? He's got a Portuguese name.
Portugal. He's
He's from
Portuguese.
Portugal.
Yeah, he's from Portugal.
Yeah, that's awesome. Then he's coaching Portuguese team and knocks out his old team.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I mean, it's the story wrote itself in that moment, you know? It's such a good story. You love to hear it. Mourinho, someone who is very controversial in the public, you know, called himself the special one, won a Champions League with Porto, another Portuguese team, unheard of.
Wait, won the
Porto
Champions League?
with Porto like 10, 15 years ago. Put
Wow.
himself on the map forever. Everyone was like, oh my God, this guy won the Champions League with Porto? Yep. And so what he did, he's gotten interviewed about this. He brought sports psychology to soccer in Europe. He was able to maximize the potential of his players by figuring out what makes them tick, whether they needed a kick in the ass or they needed praise. He figured out each one of his players' ticks combined with his just insane soccer knowledge and ability to read the other opponent, find their weaknesses, create the mismatches, and he won the Champions League with Porto. I mean, he is very underrated. If you go back and look at his career, he won a treble with Inter. He won the Champions League, he won the Italian League, and he won the Coppa Italia all in the same season. I mean, he just makes things happen. He wins, as we saw today. It just sometimes he just he can make it. Come on, goalkeeper! Like that was him. Keeper, get up there! Like what? That's crazy. He's amazing.
What
I can't say enough good things about Mourinho.
wait, now I'm really interested in how great this guy is. So he did that with you said Lisbon?
FC
No,
Porto.
Porto. Porto.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
Benfica is Lisbon, right?
Ooh.
That's the biggest team in Portugal other than Porto, right?
They've got three. You've got Benfica, you've got FC Porto, and then you've got Sporting Lisbon, that green team.
Okay,
So maybe,
Sporting obviously is Lisbon.
well, I mean, they could be in the same city. I don't know because you have Madrid, right? Madrid's got two teams. So
And Lisbon's a really big city, so yeah, probably.
let's check standings. So it's usually those three. Yeah, Porto, Sporting, Benfica. Those three, they're always kind of rotating.
Hmm.
Let me tap in. Let's see. Where is Benfica? I don't even know where they're from. Lisbon. So
Lisbon,
Benfica is in Lisbon.
Lisboa.
And didn't you spend some time on the Iberian Peninsula?
Yeah, I was in Spain 3 years, and it was hard to keep me away from Portugal. I
Really?
love that country. Yeah.
Well, tell us about it. Why? What's so special?
Uh, what's so special about it? Well, it's everything you love about Spain. It has very similar culture, and then it's just a little bit cheaper,
Oh,
and the people are more open-minded and welcoming and kind. As nice as Spanish people are, and sometimes they're not super nice. They're in the capital. It's capital city syndrome, big city
I got
syndrome.
you. Yeah, yeah.
Madrid, they don't have a lot of patience for everybody.
Foreigners. Yeah.
Anyway, so I'd take trips. My first trip was to Porto. First trip out of the country when I moved to Spain. I was like, all right, instead of exploring Spain, this time I'm gonna go out of the country. And I went to Porto, and it was just magical. Such a magical city. Um, I could go on, and I would love to. And then so I went to Lisbon later, and the level of magic was equal. They're both incredible, rich with culture and food, the wine. They have so Spain has flamenco, and Portugal they have fado. And fado is kind of similar to flamenco, but without like the the percussion on the like boxes or whatever.
Okay.
And there's not really dancing. So in that sense, it's less stimulation, but it is very emotional and deep. But
This
yeah,
is a type of
Lisbon,
this is a type of music.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Cool.
Um,
Wow.
so then I was in Madrid 2 years, and then I moved to a city called A Coruña in Galicia, which is just north of Portugal. It's the only region of Spain that's north of Portugal. There it is, Galicia, and
Wow.
A Coruña is up north. And so it was only like an hour and a half drive, something like that, from A Coruña to Porto. So when I lived in A Coruña, I went to Porto, started seeing a girl that was that lived there too, so that had extra incentive. But I went there like five times in a year, and yeah, so I love it, man. Portugal has got it going on.
Como tá seu português?
Too. Eu não falo português.
Não falo, não. Tá bom, tá bom.
No, so Galicia
Yeah,
has one of the four distinct languages that are in Spain, or the official languages of Spain. Galician, Gallego, is
interesting.
a language. It's its own language, and it is so funny because it's like half Spanish, half Portuguese.
Ah,
It's not like 75-25. It looks like half. It sounds like half. And the reason is before, as I understand it, before there were countries, there were kingdoms, and Galicia
mm,
was in the kingdom that is Portugal. And so then when they became countries, I don't know why, they had some dictators. I don't know when Franco and Salvador, what's his name, the Portuguese dictator, but they got a crazy history that I'm an ignorant American. I barely know what I
same.
know. But But so the language and the culture is so blended. So I know how the languages work in a sense of like the little tweaks, like you could guess, right?
Hmm.
So like, what's a good word? Um, Derecha is like right.
Right.
In
Yeah.
Spanish is derecha. So derecha for any letter E, not any, but a lot of times you put an I after the E. So if it's
Oh
a
yeah.
Spanish word with an E, you can put an
Hmm.
I after that, and it's basically
Portuguese.
Portuguese.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Portuñol, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then so you could kind of guess, and then similarly, ironically, if in Spanish it does have the E I, you take out the I, and now it's Portuguese.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
funny. I can tell you
Um,
my background in Spanish from high school was tremendous for learning Portuguese because they're just so similar. It's almost the same language. It's a couple of pronunciation differences, but it's basically the same language. But for like a couple of words here and there are different. But man, my ironically, my Spanish got better after teaching myself Portuguese because then I could hear it better. I mean, at least listening, I'm like, oh, I can hear it now. Communicating in Spanish is terrible, but I like Portuguese, no problem.
hmm. Did you how you said you from high school for Spanish?
Spanish was high school, stopped, and then decided in like 2014 after going to Brazil for the World Cup, I was like, I want to talk to girls. I'm going to teach myself Portuguese. And, you
Talk
know,
about motivation.
it's a great motivator. Yeah.
Those
Um,
Brazilian women, dude, they'll get
oh
you. I
man.
mean, you tell me because I haven't been there, but I mean, I've seen pictures and yeah, they're nice.
I mean, you could you could call it the Skittles commercial. It's like you could taste the rainbow out there. You get all the flavors just based on all the different ethnicities that are blended
Oh,
in
that's what
Brazil.
you
It's
meant.
amazing.
Okay.
Yeah, all the flavors. It's amazing.
No, that is one of the interesting things about Brazil is they do have all the different shades, like skin color, right? From really pale to really dark.
And
Um,
it's different continents as well. You get Africa, Europe, Asia. There's a huge Japanese population there. There's a
mm,
huge Italian population there. Lots of Germans there as well. You know, we could go into the tangent of a lot of the Nazis kind of went over to South America, and there was rumors that like Hitler's number two guy, they found his diary on a beach in Brazil. And in the diary, it talks about how he lived this amazing life after he met a Brazilian and like lived his life happily until he died. And you're like, geez, this guy just disappeared in Brazil after the war.
I
But
mean,
yeah, there. I mean, and
fuck
then
the
of course,
Nazis, but
yeah,
credit to that guy.
yeah,
Like,
it's impressive.
you,
Yeah, I mean, credit where credit is due. It's impressive that he was
yeah,
able to pull that
true.
off.
Yeah.
Um, you know, and I think in the diary he writes about how bad he feels about doing all that shit that he did, which is good. You
Mm,
know, he had time to
yeah.
reflect, and you know, but yeah. So you have the Asian ethnicity is very strong there. You have a European ethnicity, and then of course the African ethnicity, which came from the Portuguese bringing the slaves over. So you get all these different, and then of course the indigenous people of Brazil. So you get all these different mixes of people. That this is why I'm convinced they're so beautiful because they've just mixed all of these different. It's like a gumbo, you know. The best gumbo is you got to mix in as many ingredients as possible, but not too much. You know, it's like it's a perfect like blend. It's not just all of them. There's like Italian, Japanese, African. It's amazing. Can't say enough
Hey,
great things about.
and shout out to the African genes too, because they got the curves, dude. They got the curves. It
I
is
would argue
translated.
the indigenous also they do a good job. They represent the curves very nicely. The indigenous women out there.
Oh yeah. Hey, Latin. I mean, I haven't been to all the places of the world. I haven't been to Asia at all, but
Yeah, same.
and I will reserve like them in the equation. But Latin women have some of the biggest hearts, and
Oh yeah.
they make for the best mothers. That like they have all the ingredients to be the best
Mhm.
moms.
Mhm.
So I love Latin everything, Latin women, for sure.
Mhm.
And I think it's partially because you know they were and have been second or third world in a lot of cases. So like having nothing material then you just have family.
Mm-hmm.
And then a lot of the men, unfortunately, are just scumbags and like cheat and like abuse and all kinds of terrible things. And they still got their young. They got their
Yeah.
children. They got their family.
Yeah.
And so they go through so much.
Yeah.
So it might be similar in other third world, second world countries, but Latin America,
I think
man, I
also,
might move there, Hugh. I might just move somewhere over there. I
man,
don't
I've
know.
I've been trying to figure out how to do that. I think also there's a faith and religious aspect to that kind of motherly, nurturing, kind of Mary type of mentality with Latin women.
Hmm.
The faith is very strong in South America. They're very religious. So I think that there's an element there, and then just like you said, they're they're grateful for what they have, and sometimes that's not a lot, compared to what we have here, and then that just gives them this whole different perspective on life because they're just grateful for the people around them as opposed to the things that they have. You're spot on, man. The Latin women, I love the hearts of Latin women. You're so spot on with that. It's very infectious because you want to be around it because they're so loving and like tender and caring, and we could
It's
go on a
hard to
topic on
leave.
that one, man.
It's
We
hard to
could go,
leave. They
yeah.
they start blessing you in all kinds of ways.
Yeah, you spot on about that. But bringing it back to Brazil, did you happen to catch the Brazilian on fire for Chelsea today?
No, tell me about it.
This
Who
guy's
this?
name, Joao Pedro, and he made our top 5 forward list today. Scored 2 bangers, one of them with his left foot, and I wish we could pull that up. I might even just send it to you so you can watch it.
I
Scored,
think I saw it. The Paramount Plus team, whoever was like, "Yo, Thierry Henry, you make this shot with your left foot," and he's like, I don't know." And then I was mixing him up. I was wondering who this guy was. So I'm like, Zhao, but it was Zhao Felix that I was
yeah.
thinking of, but Zhao Pedro,
So
different.
this guy's brand new. He just came over to Chelsea this past summer from a team. You know me. Off to who scored. Uh, uh. Got to get my who scored in. Every episode, I'm getting who scored in.
I mean, it's a good resource.
I wish I could sponsor somehow with these guys because this is one of my favorite. This is actually how I found the data provider for my fantasy soccer website.
We'll have to send him an email. You got an affiliate link or something?
I've tried. I know how to reach out to them. I just gotta follow up, I guess. I definitely have spoken to someone there, and I forgot why I reached out or what I did. So, yeah. So Joao Pedro just scored 2 bangers. This goal right here was very important because in the standings, if we go to it, Napoli actually got knocked out. They had 8 points. So if they tie that game, they get 9. So Chelsea essentially
Mm.
knocked them out. Now, granted, Chelsea finished in the sixth place. Sixth place with 16 points. But this guy here, Joao Pedro, I was going to look up where he was from.
In Brazil.
Yeah, he came from the Brazilian league. Man, that's another thing that we might want to touch in on is the Brazilian league. I think they're ranked in the top 5 right now in the world. They're
Who?
they're on the
The
come up,
league?
dude.
The top 5 leagues?
Yeah, in the world. Did you see that? So they just released this. The the MLS was ranked 40th. The MLS was ranked 40th. The
Damn.
Saudi League is 13th.
Is that accurate, or are they just hating?
No, I mean, well, accurate. They have their own little scoring system. And this is a whole nother episode. There's something called the UEFA coefficient,
Well, it's not
which
just a bunch of, judges just
no,
judging.
there's a
Okay.
scoring system. Each team's got a score. It's basically, from what I can gather, how you compete on a global stage. So, like this World Cup that we just had last summer. How did these teams do? when they were competing against other clubs from other continents. And they're given scores and whatnot. I'd have to look into this specific ranking, but each team was scored based on some sort of metric and calculation. And the MLS was ranked 40th, which is just, whoa. Like, God, it's terrible. It's
Yeah.
terrible.
But Brazil's been up there, or have they ascended lately?
I think it's been of late. I think it's really been of late. I wonder if maybe transfers is something that's helping them stay up because they sell all their best players immediately. As soon as they're hot, whoop, get out of here. Whoop, we'll take the 50 mil. Thanks. We'll take the 50 mil. Thanks. So this guy came from Fluminense, great club out of Rio de Janeiro. This is one of these teams that shares a stadium with Flamengo, which if you ever go to South America with me, we're going to Maracanã to watch Fluminense Flamengo. I mean, talk about ultimate soccer experience. It's a must see. Obviously, we'll go with locals. We're not going to try and go in there by ourselves. That's fucking crazy, but amazing experience. So, yeah, this guy right here, fantastic signing. Chelsea are doing great things over at their club. They've got some of the best young soccer players in the world right now. I don't know if you know about this other guy. His name's Estevao. I'm trying to find him real quick. He's not even in the list. Estevao is a hot 18-year-old out of Brazil as well. Came from Palmeiras. Palmeiras is... Go ahead.
He's number 3, or at least on that list.
Oh, you're right. Look at that. Good eyes. This kid is... I'm going to say it. He's the next Neymar of Brazil. It's just so obvious. It's so obvious. You watch
all the
him play,
highlight videos you sent me of Neymar, and you're gonna say Estevao might be the next Neymar.
It's already the Brazilians. They call players like this Iluminado, which is like chosen or illuminated. Like he's just got this gift. And then you see him. He's 18. The confidence that he has in the Premier League. He's going
18.
up against. He's 18, and he's getting on the field, and he's fucking destroying grown-ass men in the Premier League, just dancing around him. Now, he's still 18, so he's got a lot of room to grow, and he definitely makes mistakes, and he's not consistent throughout the 90 minutes, but when he is on that ball, whoo, bruh.
Wait, can I get a quick ranking then of all the people on the planet, like for you, like the top 5? Because I'm wondering where... Because you got, I'm thinking of the other youngins. Lamine Yamal, for me, is number 1.
No.
And he does exactly what you're saying, makes a grown-ass men look like buffoons.
Kids. Yeah.
And then the French dude, who's the one, or at least plays for PSG? Who's that one?
Oh. Talking about Dembele?
No, young.
Oh, Doué. Desiree Doué.
Doué. I think that's him.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Is he French?
Yep.
Yeah, he's like 18 too, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So if we're talking like young players, like the next generation, I'll give you Lamine, Doué, this guy Estevao. Another one that I'll send you some clips of is another Brazilian. His name is Endrick.
Yeah, he plays for Real Madrid.
He used to. They loaned him out to Lyon, and he got a hat trick in his second game.
I gotta say, I haven't seen him a lot, but every time I saw him in for Real Madrid, I never saw anything that he did that was impressive.
I think it was the coach. I think it was Xabi Alonso asking too much. So he took this photo. He won the U17 World Cup, and on the left. And it was the player of the tournament, with ease, scored a whole bunch of goals, just crushed it at 17 or whatever. And somebody took this photo of him, and immediately it was like, he's the next Pele. And it's reminiscent of this photo. He just won his tournament, and he didn't know he was taking this photo, but somebody captured this moment, and it was just like, all right, this is it. This is the next Pele.
That's not good. I feel bad for him. You don't want that. That's a weight. That's weight on the shoulders.
I'm with you. I think he'll be fine. You watch him play, and he plays without a care in the world. It's so fun. I'll send you his hat trick. God, he
Yeah, I
is
want to
electric.
see. I want to see some highlights from him. Like, win me over, because so far I'm like waiting.
You know, we might be able to watch highlights from pages that are free.
I mean, worst case, we just chop it out later, right?
Yeah, I can definitely. Let's see, Endrick hat trick.
He had a hat trick. People just type that in.
Historic hat trick. That's one. There he is. I mean, that was an easy one.
Through the legs of the keeper.
Oh, he's already got a fucking awesome celebration too.
Oh, he's got his own thing. What's
Yeah.
he do?
Well, he's got a bunch of them. One of them is he sticks his hand out and he shakes the camera's hand. And then the other one is him just loading a Glock, just fucking shooting it in the air. It's so sick.
like this in the air or what?
Like he pulls it out and you see him go like that, clack, clack, da, 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 da. You're like, no. Watch him. Let's see if he shows it. Nope, knee slide.
He's still about to.
Oh, there it is. There it is. That's the Glock. Oh,
got...
fuck. Hold on. Nope.
These. Hey, this highlight didn't really show much of his goal, though. He just was.
Oh,
he ran to the ball. What is that one? What is that one?
That was that's like a Brazilian kind of like pagode dance.
Okay.
I'm hoping they show it here. Another thing is he broke a record in the stadium in England. What's it called? Wembley. There it is.
And then he pulls it to like a bow and arrow.
Yeah. But you see him like he loads in the clip on the bottom and he cocks it back and then he does this. Yeah, so if we're talking like 18, 19, 20-year-olds, you're absolutely right. Lamine Yamal, Doué, Endrick, Esteval, these guys are the next up. Best in the world right now, Mbappe. Easily. He could win Ballon d'Or next year. And then you also have, I don't know if you're familiar with this guy, another Frenchman, Olise over at Bayern Munich.
As maybe the best in the world, like we're talking like your top 5 best players in the world, and he might be number 2 or so.
He's in the top 5. I'd have to think a little bit harder, Michael Olise, but his form right now, the number of goals and assists that he's got an 8.0 rating in the Bundesliga. He's got 10 goals and 14 assists in 15 games. That's insane.
What position?
He's on the right wing.
Damn, that is a lot.
Yeah. So he's got that kind of like Ronaldo-esque, I'm a winger, but I'm going to contribute. I'm going to give you goals and assists. Yeah, so you think about France. We went through this the other night. Mbappe, Michael Olise, someone who you might not know yet, Ekitike over at Liverpool.
Mm-mm.
These guys, Ekitike today had a great game. Liverpool won 6-0.
Yeah, saw that.
Insane.
It's a couple red cards or no? No, not even.
This guy right here. I can't click his name. It's gonna be interesting. Yeah. So, Champions League today I really love what they're doing with this this like final match day where all the games are being played at the same time. So you don't know who advances until every single whistle is blown. And that creates that moment. It's chaos. It's great. I love it. We don't have anything like that in the NFL.
No.
Where it's like sometimes you have like one or two teams that are waiting for that last moment, but usually the games can be determined in like the last 90 seconds because the team has the ball in the last 90 seconds. They're just going to kneel the ball out. Whereas in soccer, you're not guaranteed to keep that ball for the last 90 seconds. Someone might turn it over. You might be a mistake, and then quickly someone going the other way. But what a day. I'd love to go through just some like top 5 forwards, top 5 midfielders, if you're cool with that.
Yeah. I'll try and keep us like not derailed.
Well, so we'll just, kind of chat about these. So top five, you got Kylian Mbappe, scored a brace, 2 goals, even in the loss. Erling Haaland, he ended his goal drought today with a key goal and a 2-0 win. Harry Kane, who I'm sure you're aware of. Harry is just crushing it over in the Bundesliga. And then this is that new guy, Joao Pedro. Got 2 goals, secured a win for Chelsea, knocking out Napoli in the process. And then this guy, I'm sure you know about him, Victor Gyökeres over at Arsenal.
Mm-mm.
This is actually an incorrect. This is incorrect. He was traded to or sold to Arsenal and has been struggling to get goals. Today he scored a really good goal to help Arsenal win. They went undefeated in the Champions League phase, 8 wins, no losses. Incredible. This is another player, Vitinha, Portuguese.
That's how they pronounce it?
Vitinha, yeah.
So the T has a little CH in it, like
Yeah.
sound.
Oh, yeah. Portuguese is like a ch. Vitinha.
I don't remember that. I know they do that for the S's, like a single S.
You know what? This could be also the difference between Portugal and Brazil. I could be pronouncing it with more of a Brazilian accent than a Portuguese accent. So, I don't know.
I just know like they Lisboa instead of Lisboa. Like in Spanish, you'd read Lisboa, which is Lisbon.
Yeah.
They say Lisboa, but the
Lisboa.
Portuguese would say Lisboa.
Oh, that's very Portuguese. Leash. So, like to say more in Portuguese.
Maish.
Yeah, it's mice. In Brazil, it's mice.
Huh.
They don't say sh. Yeah.
Cool.
So I think that's spot on. It's probably a different Portuguese English. So I'm probably saying this wrong because he's Portuguese. It might be Vitinha instead of Vitinha.
Yeah, I just don't remember a T doing anything special, like other than the T sound, but I could be wrong. I'm definitely not a Portuguese expert, but I could survive in Portugal for sure.
I guess. I think that was just like an instinct there to just say it like that. I actually don't remember.
Hey, say it the way you say it. I mean, technically, my belief, and you probably agree, is like people's names and proper nouns, you should say however they say it.
True.
But, if you don't know, then say it the way you would think. And so that's cool for me to hear you say it like Vitinha.
Vitinha. Yeah, it also sounds much better.
It sounds really cool like that.
It sounds really fucking cool. He's a really fun player to watch as well. He reminds me, he's kind of like a Sergio Busquets mixed with like a Marco Verratti. Like very small, shifty, but that phrase, if you watch a game of soccer, you don't see Sergio Busquets, but if you watch Sergio Busquets, you watch the entire game of soccer through him.
That's a really cool quote.
He has just this ability on them. Yeah, and that comes from the Spanish. They just thought so highly of Sergio Busquets. But
God, that's crazy because I was a Barcelona fan, but he always annoyed me. He just looks annoying, like punchable face type.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
incredible player though. Incredible player. His ability on the ball is just like the way he can control a game. Very Tony Kroos-esque. Tony Kroos could control a game on the ball. Modric, same thing. Vitinha does that. You want the ball in Vitinha's hands or at his feet. He scored a banger as well. Fucking screamer, if you can look that up. This is a shocking one. Kai Havertz back in the squad for Arsenal, playing the number 9. Did really well. I think he got a goal and assist today. So shout out to him. Back in the squad. That's going to be a huge boost for Arsenal coming towards the end of the season. They're looking to get that treble. Good for them. Fermin Lopez, Street's favorite, Barcelona. Joe Wilcock from Newcastle. Don't really know a lot about him. Just know the name. Joao Neves, another one from PSG, Portuguese. So they got 2 really good Portuguese, very similar build, very short. He's a little bit stockier. He's a little bit more gritty, more willing to get stuck in, where Vitinha is more of like an attacking-minded player. But both of these guys, pivotal in PSG's Champions League wins last year, if you're able to check those out. Defenders, I'm surprised they threw in the goalkeeper here, but why not? The goalkeeper that scored the goal for Benfica. Love to see that. Top 5 defenders are like, fuck it, let's throw in a goalkeeper.
They got to put him somewhere. He's the top story probably of the day, right?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. That goal is going to go down in history. 98th minute headed goal as a goalkeeper to win it and send your team into the knockout stages.
And send Real Madrid out.
No, they're in the Real Madrid. Oh, but you're saying out of the top 8, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, talk of
And
9.
it's
Look at
Coach
that. They got
Mourinho's old team.
Woo. What a game. God.
That's craziest.
So real quick for those listening, this is a list created by an AI. I just said help us create top 5. Pretty good so far. I like what I'm seeing based on all the games that I got to see. So we got Anatoly Trubin, goalkeeper for Benfica. Defenders in clean sheets. Not sure what's going on there. That's why I had to shout out the AI. It's a little funky here. Tottenham defense.
You don't like the Man City back line?
Oh, I see. That's what they're saying. Okay, yeah. No, I give it to him. Man City backline. Yeah, I misread that. Man City backline. Wait. No. Man City. Oh, no, they beat Galatasaray. That's right. They beat Galatasaray. All right, let me go back to that. Tottenham defense, clean sheet, 2-0 win over Frankfurt. Kept their top 4 finish. Good for Tottenham. Club Brugge. Jeez, 3-0 over Marseille. All right, I see you.
Where is that? Is that Belgium?
Yep.
Oh yeah, I've been to Bruges. That's it. The people. I mean, the city is nothing that great for tourism, but the people are really cool. I mean, Belgian people are really down to earth and creative and open minded and fun. So yeah, I had a good time there. Those people are, they're humble people, but they have a lot of fun.
Okay. And when you were in, do you say Bruges? Is that how they say it?
I think that's how we say it in English, at least.
I only know how the announcers, they call it Club Brugge. Maybe
that might be how they
wrong.
say it.
I have no idea. Know. I just mimic whatever I hear. If I hear him say it. Now, granted, announcers have been saying Ronaldo's name wrong his entire career. And you know this, right? Cristiano Ronaldo.
Remind me? What?
It's Ronaldo. In Portuguese, the R's are
H. Yeah, the R is kind of like an H sometimes, or all the time. When is
all
it?
the time? It's Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, Roberto Carlos. I mean, all the Brazilian names with R's, they messed up for their entire career. And the Brazilians are so chill; they're like, whatever, go for it.
The announcers, I'm noticing that they are starting to try harder.
Yeah.
But they famously always, just butcher everything.
It takes the player or the player's agent to go to these people and be like, "Hey, you're saying the name wrong."
Yeah.
One of my favorites from Brazil, his name is Lucas Paquetá, and if you were to look at it as a Spanish speaker, you would say his name is Paqueta, just by the way it's spelled. But he's got an accent on the last letter, so it's Paquetá. Anyway, and for like a year, they'd call him Paqueta, and then all of a sudden, 1 year it was Paquetá. It's like, all right, somebody told them. They got it. But yeah, I mean, this is pretty much it. Leverkusen defense, 3-0 win over Villarreal. That was an exciting game as well. Villarreal just could not score. I remember seeing them in the Golasso show in the first half. They were frequently flipping over to that game, and Villarreal had the ball in the attacking third, and you're like, dude, this is not their day. They are not going to score goals today. So shout out to the Leverkusen defense, just weathering the storm, just keeping that clean sheet. I mean, what an amazing job by those guys. Let's see how they finished. Leverkusen, 16th. Villarreal, woo, terrible, 35th.
So all those are all the way up to Marseille. Like Marseille, number 25 down. They're completely done.
Yep. Yeah, so what was interesting is in the past, what they would do with the Champions League is they had 8 groups, 4 teams in each group. If you finished first or second, you went to the knockout stages. If you finished in third place, you got immediately sent down to Europa, which is like tier 2 of European play. You have Champions League, Europa League, and now they've actually added a third league, which is called the Conference League. So you have Champions, Europa, and Conference. And in the Champions League, if you got third place in the group, you immediately got inserted into Europa. Villarreal were famous for always finishing in third place going to Europa, and then winning the Europa League. I mean, it was like this they must have done it like 3 times in a couple of years.
It was their thing. They
It's
did it
their
on
thing.
purpose.
They were known for being Europa League teams coming out of Champions League. So yeah, so this I'm not sure. I'm not sure if these guys are completely out. I feel like they're just knocked out completely, and then maybe the losers of these playoff games will go to Europa. So I don't know. I think we might have gotten in trouble with copyright on Facebook.
What with
It's
that
crazy.
highlight?
Yeah. So this is just we got to figure that out. I don't know what's going on. We're having trouble streaming on Facebook. There may be an issue. Facebook's end. It's possible the stream was ended or deleted on Facebook. All right, I'll go check it out.
Curse you, Zuck.
Yeah. But anyway, awesome episode. This was kind of just a test with Ty and I. That sounded pretty good. As we always do on the show, give us a quick shout out. AC time. Someone you love, someone you hate.
Shoot. Shout out. Shoot.
I can get one if you want to think about it.
Yeah, you go first.
I'm going to give a shout out to motherfucking Jose Mourinho. Oh, what a guy. Just consistently coming through in the clutch with the dubs nonstop, asking the goalkeeper to come up, scores the winning goal to get them through. Just never ceases to amaze the soccer world. Very quotable lines. I'll have to send you a couple of his quotables. He's the one that's quoted, "If I speak, I'm in big trouble. Big trouble." He's got so many quotables. There's another one where he calls it football heritage, but he doesn't say the H. This is called football heritage. Do you know football heritage? Anyway, he's an amazing character. He's hilarious in front of the camera in the microphone. So shout out to Jose Mourinho. Excellent coach.
I'll shout out that goalie. I know it's like the most obvious, like holy shit, but as someone that has switched to playing goalkeeper from playing in the field my whole life, and then just 2 years ago I started playing goalie. I love it. It's so much fun. And never count out the goalie. The goalie is sometimes the best player on the field for what they bring to the table. You know, if you could play with your legs, in that dude's case, his head, but if you could play with your legs, then you are the best safety net, you know, for the whole team. I love when I like channel my inner Ed Reed, you know, safety for the Ravens, like the greatest safety of the NFL of all time, just intercepting these through balls. And they're like, "Oh, I had no idea that you would have come out this far." Boom. So always love to see goalie love. Oh, speaking of goalie love, shout out to whoever blocked Dembele's PK in like the first 8 minutes of their game, because that block was like full extension, guess the right direction, incredible PK, great shot. But the block was unreal. Like he had no business blocking that PK. Just laid out.
On that note with goalkeepers and Ed Reed, I'm so glad you said that. I frequently will shout out. You know how like when you throw a piece of paper in a basketball or as a basketball, some people will be like Jordan or like Kobe.
Yeah.
So whenever a goalkeeper goes and like steals a ball out the air or like intercepts a through ball, I always scream out Ed Reed. Just absolute ball hawking. Just hawking the shit out the ball, man. I absolutely love when goalkeepers do that. And I'm so glad you dropped Ed Reed because that's my go-to.
For that moment in a soccer match you're talking about.
Oh, yeah. My goalkeepers. I'll be like, Ed Reed, ball hawk. And the kids
all right, I'm going to add one more onto that.
Do it.
You play Mario Kart?
Yeah.
Especially, well, it always applies. But when you get the banana and you throw it in front of you and it crushes somebody, I mean, Manningdom, like Manning.
Manning,
like, oh, Manning them.
Yeah. For the throws out the box, if a goalkeeper throws one and just pinpoints a winger, I'll just go Drew Brees every time.
I know. I mean,
Every
Drew
time.
Brees is my favorite quarterback of all time, of course. But Manning is the best quarterback of all time for me.
Okay.
So he naturally became that reference for me, and I do feel a type of way a little bit because it's like, but Drew's my dog, like even
Mm-hmm.
more.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I should pivot.
It's a preference. You know, I try and teach this next generation about who the greatest quarterback to ever play for the Saints is. You know, shout out to Arch. He's a good quarterback, but no one comes close to Drew. And so whenever this kid throws a ball out, I'm like, Drew Brees. And the kid's like, oh, he's bad. And I'm like, son, no. Sorry, you don't know. I'm like, that's one of the
And you
greatest
you coach
quarterbacks.
in New Orleans, right?
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I'm also biased towards that, because I'm trying to teach them some New Orleans history there.
But how could this child possibly say Drew is bad? I'm sorry, I don't like this kid.
It's like they've only seen the last 2 or 3 seasons, so they didn't get to witness the Super Bowl and the just the pain that went through all of those incredible seasons he gave us that we just couldn't turn into a Super Bowl. And they look
Didn't
to
Drew
him.
have like a torn labrum in his last couple of years? His last season at
his
least?
hand, his shoulder. Yeah, he battled. He was a battler. Shout out to Drew Brees, man. Shout out to motherfucking Drew Brees, dude.
Man,
God, I
is he
miss
going to come back and coach? Like, we need him,
him.
like, in some kind of way.
You know, I've heard this Tyler Shug guy. Shug. I heard he's actually Shuck. I've heard his statistics make him look like he's the guy for us.
Dude, watch his highlights. He looks like the guy, and I'm
Does he?
excited about it. Yeah, I don't think we have a quarterback problem right now.
What? That's been my biggest complaint. I said I'm not going to watch the Saints until we get a decent quarterback. I'm just not going to.
Yeah.
It's the start of this last season. I put myself mentally into the draft next summer. I was like, I'm already there. Just tell me who we're drafting. I'm not even going to support us.
Well, we might have a good coach. You know, he just had his first year. So give him some time. What he did this year was impressive, you know, with next to nothing, you know. So
Okay.
So more than one shout out is we just got excited.
Yeah. It's all right. This is where we get to do what we want on our own show, you know? So.
Until we get sponsors that are telling us, hey, do this, do that, then maybe we'll change.
Yeah, maybe. We'll talk about it. It'll be a conversation, but bend, not break. All right, Ty. It's been great. AC time. Well, everyone listening, that one guy on Twitch, thanks for streaming with us. We'll catch everyone later.
All right. Peace.
And hang tight.